Hey, let's imagine that I worked at your e-commerce brand or e-commerce store and I was in charge of doing one thing and one thing only. That is growing the size of the business. And I was given a budget of, let's say it was $100,000 a year. Where would I primarily allocate that money if I had only one avenue and one avenue only? I would put that money into content and SEO. Why? Because when you think about investments, you want to get the highest return on the investment that compounds year over year over year. Meaning, you put in $100,000 and next year it brings you 20% return. So you have 120,000. And the following year it brings you another 20% return. So now you have 144,000. And it just keeps on compounding and compounding and compounding and compounding. This is how content and SEO work. They have a major compounding return on investment. Everything else does not. Let me explain. When you put money into advertising, like pay-per-click advertising, there is no compounding return. You put in $1,000, you get a few customers. That's it, end of the road. With content and with SEO, you put money in, and it keeps on over time generating higher and higher and higher compounding rate of return. Now, when we look at most e-commerce brands and e-commerce stores, the one thing that we see with overwhelming majority is that there is no content marketing strategy. Like none exists. Yes, brands and stores do produce some content, not all of them, but many do. But that content production looks exceptionally sporadic. There is no strategy behind it. There is like nothing. It's just a few posts here and there, few posts on social media, few blog posts on their blogs, and that's it. There is nothing else. What you need to do is, first of all, you need to get into the mindset that content has a humongous and compounding rate of return on investment. That's one. So if you want to invest your dollars, your marketing dollars, you want to allocate a ton of them to marketing through content and SEO. That's the first thing that you have to get through. The second thing that you have to get through is that content strategy has to be well organized. It cannot suck like everybody else does unless you want to get the same sucky returns on investment or same sucky results, period, right? So you have to organize a content strategy. What is content strategy? It is a very conscious approach to developing content that leads to growth in business. It really comprises of the following thing. Number one, it is content that you create for your brand on your blog and through your product pages. Number two, it is your email content strategy. And number three, it is your social content strategy. You have to look at all of these three pieces and work them in combination rather than one or the other or the other. You have to really focus on all three in order to develop the maximum compounding return on investment. And here's what I mean by that. So your blog should be, and your product pages should be driving search traffic. Search traffic should be responsible for approximately 25% to 40% of your revenue. That's right. If you do your content strategy correctly, if you execute correctly and consistently, 25 to 40% of all of your revenue should be coming through search. The other piece is email marketing. With email marketing, you should be converting a lot more people who visit your store into customers, and you should be converting a lot of one-time customers into much higher lifetime value, meaning multiple time customers who buy from you year after year after year. And number three, your social should be validating and building up your brand and following. So all of these three things combined create tremendous value and really help you grow your sales. By how much? Well, if you look at all of these three, it should be more than 50% of your total revenue should be coming from your content. If you want to learn specifics of each one of these content strategies, your on-site content strategy, your blog and your product pages, your email content strategy, and your social content strategy. Look down below at the blog post or look at the link to the blog post under the video. Go there and there will be links to each one of these strategies specifically so that you can learn how to properly execute on each one of these. The reason why I'm not doing this in this video is that this would make it one video just incredibly long. So you got to look at each one of these and learn and execute because knowledge by itself doesn't really do anything. You must execute. Thanks very much for watching this. If you know that you do not have the internal resources to execute on any of this, please do reach out to us. Depending on where you watch this video, contact us form could be there or somewhere else. Look us up, give us a call, ask us questions, see if we're the right fit, see if it would make sense to hire us to do this work for you. And if we are the right fit and you're the right fit for us, we'll be so happy to help your e-commerce store or brand tremendously grow over the next few quarters. Thanks for watching.